Well, welcome to what you guys know we call this as night school. I am your host, LaTonya Washington, and this evening I have an amazing woman with me who I've known for years, but we literally have not had the opportunity to really sit down and have a deep, long conversation. But I get the chance to talk to her today. But we're going to be talking about the need to belong, the necessity, as many of us say, to belong. And so I'm excited to speak with Mrs. Rachelle Love Jones, and it's going to be an amazing conversation. Let's do it.
I am so grateful to be here, LaTonya.
I am excited that you are here, So we're going to play this quick intro and we're coming straight on back in and have an amazing conversation.
Yes.
Well, welcome once again to Night School. I am your host, LaTonya Washington, and I'm excited to have with me this amazing woman. Full of knowledge, full of information and wisdom. And today we get to talk to Rachelle Love Jones. I gotta talk to her in regards to that name, Love Jones, on this afternoon. But we're going to be talking about the need to belong. But let me give you a little bit of information about her. She has over 15 years of professional business development, and she found her niche with women-owned businesses. She is also the host of a podcast called Inspired by Love. Welcome, Mrs. Love Jones. How are you?
Hello, LaTonya. It's been a long time coming, but I am so grateful. I think I remember us meeting in 2008. And you were doing an open house. You had your booth set up, and immediately we connected and we stayed in contact all these years. So I'm grateful.
I know, because I still remember, let me see, I remember a chair you had. And
yes.
I'm like, this is just simply fabulous. I said, it's just amazing. And so this time I get a chance to talk to you for something that is a necessity, I believe, especially during this season, Rachelle, because so many people are dealing with mental illness, dealing with crises that are happening during this season. And a lot of people now, we're entering into the holiday season and they're trying to find a place of belonging. And so I wanted to talk about that because a lot of people don't talk about this.
Well, that's why we're here.
That's why we are here. That's why we are here. So let me let you share a little bit more about you, because I want to make sure that the people, when they watch this later, that they have as much information about you as possible. Please share.
All right. Well, I'm a California native, grew up right here in Southern California. I have 3 adult children. I recently was married and my husband passed. And so, it's like life now it's been different, but God has been on my side and he has been with me 100%.
Wow. See, I never knew that. See, but amazing children.
Yes.
We love our children, and you are the perfect one to talk about this and to share such an amazing amount of information with our viewers on today. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to ask you this question, and we're going to let it flow on this afternoon. So when we're talking about the need to belong, because as I said before, there are so many people literally trying to find their identity, trying to find their fit or their match, or they're trying to get in somewhere, just literally trying to fit. And so my question to you here is, first question, Do you believe the sense of identity is stronger when we feel we belong? That sense of identity is real. It's woo.
Well, let me preference my opinion.
Okay.
So, my opinion is coming based on who I am
Okay.
and the knowledge that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I read the
Mm.
Bible tells me that we were made in the image and likeness of God.
Yes.
So, therefore, you got to know your identity.
Yeah.
So, you cannot actually fit in to
Mm-hmm.
the world system.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a caveat because some people cannot fit in. I
Right.
know I don't fit in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm proud of it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
proud to say I don't fit in because I have a certain set of morals and
Mm-hmm.
beliefs that I stand on. And
Mm-hmm.
it's okay, but I respect others in
Yeah.
their walk and their journey.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So hopefully if I answered that question.
Yeah, that was great because I think that is something that people do need to hear. Because a lot of times I believe, and this is my belief too, just on top of that, when we try to fit in, and a lot of times I believe people lose their identity.
That's
And then they pretend, as I said, start pretending to be someone else, trying to be someone else that they truly, truly are not. Because there is no sense of identity. And so, in you speaking about that, what would you say to people that are in that position of a lost identity? Because honestly, everyone says we love the Lord. Everyone's a Christian. All of this stuff, but when it comes to everything else, speak on that.
Well, this is what I want to say, and I hope I'm enlightening others.
Yes.
You know, you mentioned at the beginning about my last name.
Yes.
So, this is what I believe the Lord showed me. And I had a sense of not belonging after I
Mhm.
lost my husband
Yeah.
because you're in a routine now. We were together 15 years. So, how do you go from you're married, you have a spouse, and
Right.
then all of a sudden they're gone?
They're gone. Woo.
And the set of friends that you had, the other couples, you are now a single person.
Yeah.
So I was wrestling with that fact. So
Yeah.
that's the first part of that.
Yeah.
So God himself had to step in and let me know that I belong to him
Wow.
because I felt a sense of, well, Lord, I don't belong. Where
Mm-hmm.
do I fit in? You
Mm-hmm.
know? And he says, I fit in with his plan.
Yeah.
And therefore, he's giving me his last name. Let that sink in because God is love. Okay. And so I had to process a
Yeah.
lot of different things, a lot of different feelings. And grief, as we know it, is different for every single person.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm hoping and I believe that Inspired by Love is a
Yeah.
platform that allows me to, talk to different people and just let them share
Yeah.
their opinions and what they have gone through. But I got a revelation
Yeah.
personally to let me know that I belong to the Lord.
Yeah.
I'm his, he's mine. So I don't have to look for someone. God will bring the right person to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you brought that up because you're talking about going through grief and everything you went through, and now you're in this state of what am I supposed to do now, because you were surrounded by other couples and people with you and your husband. And so there are so many people out there now dealing with grief in different ways. um and not just grief, they're going through depression,
Yes.
they're thinking about committing suicide. And I want you to speak on this. You see, you done took me somewhere else right now. You done took me somewhere else. They're dealing with depression. They're dealing with grief. They're dealing with that sense of I don't belong and there's no hope. So what would you say then to those persons that literally are dealing with depression and are dealing with the thought of committing suicide? We are in the holiday season, and they said
Mhm.
the holidays are literally the
Um,
worst time for people, because it's like I, they feel like, who am I supposed to talk to? Where do I belong? Where's my family?
Yes,
What?
yes.
Speak on that. Oh, this is good. This is good.
Well, first of all, as
Hmm.
we're dealing with this global pandemic,
Yeah.
and they are insisting that we social distance.
Yeah.
So that's already creating uh, fear,
Hmm.
fear mongering,
Hmm.
because people don't want to be next to someone. If you're a different color or different culture, it automatically generates fear. So that's
Yeah.
one thing. We don't want to operate from a fear-based
Hmm.
lifestyle. If
Hmm.
we are love, we want to attract the love.
Hmm.
So God is love. And
Yeah.
he said he did not give us a spirit of fear,
Right.
but power, love, and a sound mind. So
Hmm.
let's talk about that mental illness,
Hmm.
because a lot of people are dealing with loss right now. This pandemic has come in, caught us totally off guard. There are a lot of people that just, I mean, for you and I, we're business people. So we were
Hmm.
able to adapt and pivot,
Right. That
right?
pivot. That's the
But
word.
some people just don't know what to do.
Mm-mm.
So technology is all new. Zooming is all new.
It's real.
So it's like for us, we have to be the voice. We
Yeah.
have to let people know there is room for you. There's
Hmm.
education for you. There is a tribe for you. And
Mm.
sometimes those individuals have to be placed in a certain place where
Hmm.
they can open their mouths and speak, because a closed mouth doesn't get fed.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So my sincere prayer is for those people. People, everyone has social media, everyone has a phone. People can go on to social media and say, "Hey, I'm feeling some kind of way. I need someone to come check on me." Literally, just like that. And
Just
people
like
will come, they will pray, they will assist, they will do whatever they need to do, because no one should be left alone.
no one. No one. So then how do people find that tribe? Because you have a group, you have people, honestly now, and I don't know if it is us, especially us as African Americans,
Mhm.
that have that sense of, I don't want to get too close. I don't know if that comes from childhood or stuff we done dealt with in life,
Stuff
the
we dealt
journey
with.
of life, whatever
Yes.
it is. So what do you say to those persons out there that are, as we say, maybe suffering in silence a lot of times? So what do we say to those people in order to let them know it's okay to let people know that you feel alone, that you are struggling, and things like that? What do we do? Because sometimes that ego pops in. A lot of people, when I'm finding out too, really do not have close friends. So what would you say to those persons?
Well, I think the first thing is to maybe the strong person. If you have one
Mm,
friend,
yeah.
neighbor that you can at least open up to. I
Yeah.
think just starting the dialogue.
Yeah.
I think we as a society have gotten away from good morning, how are you? We've gotten away from that. So we as, citizens of the earth,
Yeah.
okay, humans, we are
Yeah.
all humans.
Yeah.
We have to take it upon ourselves. We that know better do better, right?
We do better.
So when I'm out in the street, even though I have a mask, I
Mhm.
greet someone. They may not see my
Mm.
smile, but they see my eyes, and they see that I'm, acknowledging. And
Right.
I think if we go back to that, it it will help soothe the unnerving, the people that are unnerved. I just don't understand how people can just walk by an individual. I'm not talking about a homeless person. I'm
No.
talking about,
Regular.
well-dressed
Just
individual, and just walk by like you don't acknowledge them.
Right, right.
So that we have to get back to that. Those are grassroots. We have to get back to manners. That's all that is.
Getting
Manners.
back to manners. Now
Mhm.
that's good right there. What McKenna said, she says, "Yep, many people don't have close friends." And thank you for bringing that up, McKenna, because I want to ask you this because we already know what the Bible says about friends.
Mhm.
So what would you say then, Rochelle, about those persons that don't have those close friends? Is there something missing on the inside of them? Because there's things, and I'm glad we're talking about this because we have to bring it up. I think people now have to become self-aware, internally as well as externally,
Yes.
in order for us to combat this. Because no man is an island. We need
No.
one another. So, what would you say to those persons that literally say, "I don't have close friends"?
LaTonya, it's interesting because I was actually one of those.
Uh
I
huh.
have a lot of associates, but the close friends, I can count on one hand. That's the truth.
That's
But
real.
I believe when we start crying out to the Lord
Yeah.
and say, Lord, bring the right fellowship. Because
Yeah.
God designed man. He designed Adam to
Yeah.
have fellowship with him.
Mm-hmm.
And as he was walking through the garden,
Through the
he
garden.
fellowshipped.
The
So
coolest.
the creation, God, he created us.
Mm-hmm.
He made us to fellowship with others.
Mm-hmm.
Now, people have their hangups, and I'm not judging no one, not throwing any
Right.
shade,
Right.
but we do have to show ourselves friendly.
Yeah.
We do have to make the first effort sometimes. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, even with the social distancing, if we can just start a dialogue, that's
Right.
pretty simple online. Hey, how's it going? Just
Yeah.
greet people. Good morning.
Right.
Hope you're having a wonderful day.
Start
That
there.
doesn't take anything to do. So if we can kind of go back to that,
Yeah.
go back to bases, and then we'll start seeing that circle, the same people will start saying, you start saying good morning, guess what? They're going
That's
to say good morning.
that's
And
it.
that's how you create your tribe. You'll
Right.
start you'll start small, but
Yeah.
it will eventually snowball. Interesting point.
Yeah.
I just joined a group,
Mm-hmm.
um, part of the Forex team,
Uh-huh.
and
Forex.
my group is called Rich and Refined. And
Mm.
literally, I found my tribe. You can't
Hmm.
gel with everybody. You can't rock with everybody because I know everybody's on a different level. But when you literally pray
Yeah.
for a group, God
Yeah.
answers. He
He
hears
answered.
us
Wow.
and he answers. So I just want to shout out my team, Rich and Refined, wherever you may be, because we're all over the nation. We're
Yeah.
not just here in California.
Right.
We're in different states, but we gel.
You jail.
We gel on a spiritual level. We
Wow.
gel on a business level, mental, stimulation,
Yeah.
encouragement. I mean, it's not
Wow.
hard, Latanya,
It's
but
not
it is
hard,
necessary
but
because
it's
I believe the pandemic is going to continue.
mhm,
We're going to continue wearing these masks
mhm.
and we're going to continue with social distancing.
Yeah.
So that encourages, the
Yeah.
separation. That encourages. Now that's really my take on it. That's from the enemy. Because the
Mm.
enemy always wants to divide and conquer.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
wants to
That's the show.
separate. He wants to keep you away from people, not having groups talk to other people.
Yeah.
So that makes you think like, really? Is this a planned thing?
That's good. That's good.
Huh?
That's good.
That's
That's good.
all I'm saying. That's all
Divide
I want
and
to say. I want to
conquer.
back up off of that.
Divide and conquer. And I know LaShawn, the dream cultivator, she said, yes, show ourselves friendly. Some people have been so hurt, and talking is fearful. Talking is fearful. It is so true, LaShawn. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm telling you, we could talk about this all day. But but it's so true. I'm glad you even said that because it is about And I don't think people realize that. It's the divide and conquer. So if I get you to yourself and then start messing in your head and make you feel that you are alone, now you're in the sense of, okay, I feel alone. I'm depressed. I don't know what to do with myself. But it is the trick. It is the trick of the enemy to make
But
us feel this way.
so right there, that's part of your answer.
Uh-huh.
So we have to recognize.
Yeah.
We have to recognize it. And then we have to take authority over it. It's
Take
like,
authority.
oh no, devil, shut up. You a liar. Not today. Not
Not
today,
today.
devil. You gotta say it.
You
You
gotta say
gotta
it.
say the things that you want and you know that God has given you.
Yeah.
Healing is for all.
Yeah.
A few years ago, I suffered a sudden cardiac arrest
Mm.
and I died on my living room floor.
What you say?
Yes. It was
Okay.
my husband who found me on the living room floor and did CPR and brought me back.
What you say?
So I don't take life for granted. I
Mm-mm.
know that I'm here on a purpose. God
Yeah.
has me here to fulfill my purpose. And as I'm going, I'm understanding this is my purpose.
This is your
And
purpose.
so fast forward 2 years now, my husband passed. So I mean, no, I didn't see it. I didn't see that happening, but it
Yeah.
happened. So my place is as a wife, as a widow, I'm like, okay, Lord, I don't question why
Yeah.
why is he gone? I
Right.
say, okay, Lord, now we're on to another chapter. So
Whoa.
now I'm on this another chapter. And I'm living life because this is what God has given me. He's
Mm-hmm.
given me a second chance at life. And I just want to encourage anyone that's out there that's suffering from depression or postpartum or uh, bipolar,
Yeah.
all those things. You do not have to suffer alone.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can reach out to a family member, a
Yeah.
sister, a neighbor, someone cares. And
Someone cares.
that's all I want you to know. Someone
Someone.
cares.
Yeah.
And when I was in the darkest part of my life,
Mm.
I my husband didn't even know what to do with me because he was
Wow.
like, first of all, he was shocked. It was like he didn't know what to do. But God.
Wow.
I say,
My
but
God.
God, because it
Wow.
was God who stepped in and breathed life back into me.
Wow. Wow. Like I told y'all, who else to talk about this than Rachel, Mrs. Rachel, as I say, Love Jones.
Yes, yes, yes.
It is, you know what, because everything you just said, I had never known. I didn't know that your husband passed away and you had to deal with that. I never knew that you literally died on your living room floor from a cardiac arrest and he brought you back, and so that does mean there is a purpose still for you in your life,
Yes.
because too, you can help so many people that are out there that are suffering, and I keep saying it keeps coming, suffering in silence,
Suffering.
because that and trying to find, where do I belong. I'm still, because we have people talk all day long. I mean, we're on social media, we're using all of these platforms, and
Mhm.
we pretend that everything is okay, because then too, you have some people that don't have family that they can reach out and they can talk to. But I'm glad you said this, because there's at least one person out there that you literally can reach out to and
Yeah.
speak to. I still remember my Bishop Blake, my bishop, how he said, if you have two friends, you're
Mhm.
doing good.
Yes.
You're
Amen.
doing good. You're doing good.
Amen.
And that's real talk. And I got some friends on here with me, even on this afternoon. I see you, McCain, and I see you, LaShawn. My sister is normally here. She's somewhere around here. But it's amazing, because honestly, if you and my best friend is a guy, Ralph, and it's just like when you have those persons that you can literally talk to, you don't need a lot.
No.
You just need those ones that you literally can tell everything.
Yeah.
And I want you to talk on this, because Lord Jesus, you see, I didn't even ask you the other questions I had. So what do you say about people that say, okay, let me ask you this. What is your definition of a true friend? What
Oh,
is your definition? I don't went to the other side because someone needs
woo.
to hear this. What's your definition of true friendship, true friends? Because people use that term loosely. We have a lot of associates. Can I get an amen over there?
I have to say I really have a lot of associates.
Yeah,
And I had to teach my children that everybody is not your friend.
no.
And the one person that has modeled what a true friend is, because he said a true friend will lay down his life for you.
There it is. Uh-oh. That's there. Okay. There it is.
So, I mean, that's
Dude,
my true friend. And
that's
I
your true
mean,
friend.
this way I'm not disappointed. I don't feel any kind of way with friends that let me down. I'm just like, okay, but I know who my true friend is. So this way I let them off the hook. I can
Yeah.
forgive, I
Yeah.
can keep pushing,
Yeah.
and I just talk to my friend.
Right.
But then along the way, he
Yeah.
brings someone who is mirroring his life,
Yeah.
his walk on
That's
earth.
it. That's it.
And that's it.
That's
Jesus
it.
laid his life down for me
We'll do. Yes. Yes.
and
Yes. And
you,
won't he
this
do it?
whole world,
This whole world.
this whole
And you
world.
and I'm
So,
glad you said that. Keep going. Keep going.
but I'm just saying about the true friend. I mean,
Mhm.
I have one girlfriend that I've had
Yeah.
since eighth
Forever.
grade. I have
Wow.
one friend that she and I met in kindergarten. We're still
Mm-hmm.
friends today. We were best friends in elementary school. But
Mm-hmm.
along the way, you
Yeah.
grow up, you
You grow up.
mature. So what you liked at 15, you don't like
No.
at 21.
No.
That's even with guys. It's like,
That's right.
oh, he's okay, but I really don't like him anymore.
Yeah. Right.
So it's
Y-
like you have to know yourself.
Yeah.
You got to know yourself. You got to know what you like and what you don't like, and what you will accept and what you won't accept. And once you figure that out, you won't fall for the okey doke. You won't fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
Uh-oh, that one. You
Mm.
won't do it. You will not fall for that. Okay, now see you got us having up in here a session. This is a mental health session that we
Well,
have going up in here
that's what we need.
because it
This is
is
what
so
we need.
true. It is. It's what we need. It's necessary because we walk around all day with our mask on. You know,
Mhm.
um, literally, like, who am I? Who am I? Who's gonna love me?
Right.
What am I supposed to do with myself? But let me go in here and take on something else so people will like me. But we don't have to do that because,
Yeah.
as you said, for those people who are genuine and who really, really are supposed to be there in our lives, because I truly believe nothing happens by accident.
No, no, no.
Everything is divine and
Yeah.
everything is on purpose.
Yeah.
And people, the right fit will find you. Yeah, go on about that. Let me see what
Now,
Miss John
you
had to
you
say.
you said something that just triggered me,
Okay,
because when you love yourself first, you can love others.
you can.
So you're not thirsty. I'm not thirsty for nothing or nobody. I'm not chasing no one. I'm
Mm-mm,
not running after no one. I mean,
mm-mm.
there are admirers, and that's fine, but I know when to cut it off. I'm not going
Right.
to get into no conversations
Yeah.
unnecessarily. If you slide into my DM, you're blocked. So it's just a level of maturity.
Yeah.
When you're 50 plus, it's like, I don't got time for games.
No, no, no. When you get to a certain age, that is so true. LaShawn says, yes, nice. True friends love you enough to tell you the truth.
That's
There
it.
and there's no there is, and I'm glad she brought that up because there is true friend, there's no hesitation. It's
No
like,
hesitation.
girl, look. I love you, but I don't want to see you go out like that.
like that.
And then people on the other end have to be willing to accept that. So therefore, sometimes people are not willing to accept it. So it's like, okay, but I tell you what, in the long run, when it comes back around, they'll be
Mhm.
glad they'll be glad you said that to them. The
Listen,
truth
they're
is,
gonna have to think on it,
think on
because
it.
sometimes you're gonna have to cut them. You got to cut them off.
Some
You
folk you
got to
gotta
walk away
oh,
and say, okay, well, you deal with that over
you
there.
deal with that.
I'm gonna be over here.
Right.
Because it's a mindset. Your mind has
Ooh,
to elevate. You got to you got to renew your mind daily. Because the things that I thought about yesterday, they're gone. We're in a new day. Today is present.
it's
We have a
present.
gift of
It's
today.
the gift of today. The gift of today. McKenna said, "You don't have to chase anyone. You really, really don't." And if we get that down, we're talking about the need to belong. This is a mental. The need to belong is a heart thing. It's a mental thing.
Yeah,
And when we get to that point, you don't have to chase anyone.
no
LaShawn
one.
said, "A true friend not only prays for you, but
Yeah,
they pray with you."
with you.
They pray with you.
Come
That's
on
true
now.
friendship. All right. Y'all up in here preaching. Y'all up in here preaching. They up in here preaching. So now I got to get to this one. I got to get to this question here because we are quote unquote social distancing. We're physically distancing. Everyone now is on Zoom right here. We are on StreamYard. This is what we're on right now. What do you say to those people? Because now we're using modern technology,
Mm-hmm.
which some people feel that it's still a distance. I still cannot connect. But how can people be successful with using what we're using now to still connect with others?
Well, we've seen it in the churches.
Uh-huh.
Some churches were not prepared.
They didn't pivot.
They didn't have, modern technology
Yeah.
where they could broadcast. So
Yeah.
they found they needed to instill this form of media, because if you don't have it, you will get left behind. And
Yeah.
that's Bible. That's truth.
Woo!
So God says he
I
doesn't
think.
want us to be ignorant of Satan's devices,
Mm,
right? So that means our mindset, again, we have to elevate, we have to stay above what's going on. We have to stay
yeah.
2 steps ahead,
Ahead.
especially African Americans,
Yeah.
because it seems like we're always 2 steps behind. And
Right.
so that's what I want to say about the Forex trading. We
Yeah.
are 2 steps ahead. With
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Forex, we're learning how to exchange
mm,
foreign currencies.
mm-hmm.
So that's what we're doing. We're learning how to invest.
Yeah.
We're learning just a language that we
Yeah.
didn't know. So we're getting a new skill set.
Yeah. The new skills.
And so that's something that you can do from home, do from your phone,
Yeah.
do with the internet connection. This has been kind of a hidden gem,
It's a
especially
hidden gem.
from African Americans.
Yes.
So now that we're getting into it, it's being exposed. And I just want to say it's time for us to create our generational legacy. It's time to build the legacy,
Yeah.
and with finances,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
not
right.
be left behind. So
That's
that's
it.
all I want to say on that.
No, that is so true. And it is so true because even like we were saying, I was talking to a group yesterday, like the stock markets.
Mhm.
That, as you said, it's been foreign to us. But now they've made it easy. People are jumping on. I learned a lot from the younger generation, like
Yeah.
my sons, my
Mhm.
nephews. They're telling us when to jump in, when something's about to split. I'm
Yes.
like, ooh, you guys. And so now, because of, as you said, are these phones, modern
Mhm.
technology, it's
Yes.
opened up the gate to make it easier for us to be able to see what's happening in foreign exchange. We are global. We
Global.
global, y'all. We
Yes.
global, y'all. We're global,
And
and it
then
was because of this that
yes.
allowed us to go this way.
And to that point, we don't want to stay in an error
Uh-huh.
where we are so far behind. It's like, I can't imagine my mom not knowing how to use her phone,
Mm.
or even my husband at the time when I had the sudden cardiac
Right.
arrest. You needed your phone to call 911. But if he was like not savvy, I
Exactly.
wouldn't be here.
You wouldn't be here.
So I just thank God for technology. You can take a class online. You can, again, generate friends because you're all learning at the same time.
That's it.
No one has a hierarchy on
None.
information. You know what I'm saying?
None.
And you can learn something. And once you got it, it's just like a degree.
It's a
You got it. Nobody can take it away. So I encourage all those that feel like, oh, this technology or Instagram or Facebook. No,
blessing.
understand it.
Yeah.
Get get used to it, because this is where society is going. I don't know if you've been out lately, but
Mm.
I went out to Whole Foods today just to get some juice,
Uh-huh.
because we're all about fitness. Because
Fitness.
you can't be rich and
Mm.
not have your health right.
Right.
Your health
Right.
has to be right.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I wanted to just kind of bring up
Mm-hmm.
was, you know, the stores around the location were
Mm-hmm.
all cashless. You could not come in with cash. So, that's introducing something else,
It's
and
coming.
that'll be for another
One,
discussion.
honey, universal.
But
Yeah, it's coming.
I just said that's interesting.
Yeah.
As I was walking, I'm like, more and more locations are saying we're cashless.
It's
You got to
happening.
come in with a debit or, some other form of
Right.
payment.
Right.
So people really got to take note.
Yeah.
Take note
Yeah.
of what's going on. We have our election tomorrow. If people are listening
It's
and you
here.
haven't voted, take this opportunity to vote. Your voice
Please
matters.
vote. It
Your voice,
matters.
your vote matters.
Right. And then that's another subject. I know we talked about this last week. Our voice matters no matter what. And then too, looking at the local levels, where we're so concerned about this level, the federal level, but trust and believe the local and the state level. I think what's happened now this year, 2020, as we said coming in, 2020 vision. I think a lot of people have become very, very focused in, and a lot of information has come through that we would have never, ever thought about before. And
I
I'm glad, and so all things work together for the good
Yes,
of them,
yes,
who love
yes,
the Lord, according to
yes.
yeah, yeah,
Come
come on.
on now.
And so it's a good thing. And so, as you said, we have to give thanks. And then I want you to end it for us on this afternoon. Your last words to people out there who feel they are alone, because we understand this mess is real. There are people out there that really, really, truly, truly are feeling alone. They're feeling hopeless. They're feeling friendless. What are your final words to those individuals out there that are feeling that way?
So I'm going to speak to everyone that is under the sound of my voice. And maybe this podcast will be spread out, but directly to anyone that's feeling hopeless,
Yeah.
that's feeling depressed, that's feeling uneasy. God is love.
God
He
is love.
loves you more than you will ever know. I'm saying cry out to the Lord
Yeah.
and let him come into your heart. Let him be Lord of your heart. Let him be Lord of your life, and watch your life change. It's going to
Right.
change for the best in Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name. And that's it. I have nothing left to say, y'all. I just don't. And so thank you so much for inspiring us, empowering us,
Yes, Lord.
Rochelle. And thank you so much for bringing so much wisdom and sharing you with people. Because then that you sharing your trueness and your authentic self allows people to feel open enough to say, I can reach out to her.
Yeah.
Um, She understands. And I'm so glad that you are here, and you are part of this. And to you all that came on and are part, my good friends jumped in, and to the many of you all that are watching this live stream, we are excited about your future. We are excited about what's coming your way in 2021.
Yes.
Know that they are not alone, are they, Rochelle?
No, no, no. And matter
You
of
are
fact, don't
not
wait
alone.
until 2021. Start now. Today is your day of reckoning. Today.
Today. Today is your day of reckoning. Today could be your day of new beginnings.
New
And
beginning.
so I'm excited. I
Yeah.
can just kick my feet up and say, woohoo! Uh, thank, thank God for everything. All
Well,
right.
let me drop my
Yes.
Instagram. If anyone wants to follow me, I'm at Fabulux,
Fabulous.
FABULUXE Co, Fabulux Co, or
Mhm.
Inspired by Love 2.
I know we got to check out that podcast. You have
Yes,
to
please
come and
do.
visit this
I have you on
podcast.
my podcast, so let's
When is the
talk about
podcast?
that. Yes, yes.
When is the podcast on?
Well, you know what? I started moving them around just
Yeah.
for information. So we'll talk about offline and
Okay, so we can
schedule.
share that. So we can
Yeah.
share that information, because inspired by love, we need more love in the world. Thank you so much once again for being with me.
My pleasure.
Um, and until next week, you all be safe. Make sure you get out. Most people have already voted. I know
Yeah.
I sent mine in, but if you are going out to the polls on tomorrow, stay safe, stay vigilant.
Yeah.
Before you go, make sure you pray over yourselves, and don't live in fear.
Yeah.
All will be well. All right.
Yeah.
So thank you so much once again, Rachel. And until next week, y'all, thank you for joining us on Night School.